Hello everyone, welcome back to BPO Interview Tutorials. I hope you guys are doing really well. Today we came up with an interesting video that is continuing to our topic related to content moderation, interview questions and answers. And before moving to the video, I would request everyone to share, subscribe our channel, click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Also check out our playlist. You will find approximately 400 plus videos. Those will help you in cracking the interviews on trainers, team leader, operation team leader, manager, quality analyst, Six Sigma certification, MS Excel report, dashboard, Scrum Master, people, project management, SME roles and responsibilities, and many more, guys. So just do check out and don't miss to subscribe our channel. Today we came up with an interesting concept that is on what is proactive and reactive content moderation. So most of the time when you apply for the content moderation role, you might get this question as well, like how you will define like what is proactive and what is reactive content moderation. So we will learn this concept more thoroughly today. Okay, let's start today's concept. So what is proactive content moderation? What is reactive content moderation? So let's define both the things clearly first. Proactive, which means it can be done before the content is getting live on the platform. Reactive, the moderation is done by the human touch, right? So that can be a reactive moderation. So in proactive moderation, what will happen? Let's consider one example. You are working with some social media platform wherein you're doing the moderation of the post or comments. Now what will happen whenever someone is posting any comment and it has a profanity, it has some harmful or dangerous, it has anything, something which shouldn't be there on a platform, that will that is not suitable for trust and safety guidelines, definitely there will be some inbuilt AI or some programming will be done, and they will choose certain keywords and that content will be auto removed without having a human interaction. So that is a proactive content moderation. Okay, so proactive moderation is primitive strategy where content is screened, filtered and managed before it is visible to the general community, which means before getting live on the platform, the content will be auto removed, or might be they will give some trigger to the user. When they try to post such kind of content, they will give a trigger that you cannot post this because it is against the policy or something. Okay, so that is known as proactive content moderation, and this will help the platform to be kept safe, definitely, because we will not have such content which is creating a false information on the platform. Now it it heavily rely on the automated tool. Yes, I told you, right? There will be some programming, some tools, some AI, artificial intelligence, wherein the toxic content will be directly removed without having the human intervention. Next, so let's go with some examples here for the proactive content moderation, how basically proactive content moderation will work. Okay, now for proactive content moderation, there will be something called keyword filtering. For an example, someone have mentioned like XYZ person name, and that is a public figure or celebrity, and someone is mentioning like some profanity against that particular person. So automatically the keyword will filterize such kind of content and they will remove it from the platform, rather than having a human touch, or rather than getting that content live. Okay, pre-approval queues. Okay, requiring a human moderator to approve the post from the new account before they go public, right? Now all the AI image scanning, yes, with the help of AI, the image scanning will be done proactively, and with that definitely the content which is not good, and that will be removed automatically. Pre-publishing checks, yes, automatically pre-publishing checks will be done with the help of programming. Immediate takedown for the severe violation. If there is something severe, for an example, someone is committing suicide and they're posting such kind of videos, so that will be removed immediately. As someone is posting a copyrighted information which is not required, for an example, there is one song and that is basically designed by XYZ company, and someone is posting that song without having a copyright information, such kind of things will be auto removed if the programming is done on the tool. Next, what is reactive content moderation? Now what is reactive? When there is a requirement of a human touch, that is known as a reactive content moderation. So most of you guys are working as a content moderator. If you if you know, like, you will get some posts, comments, videos, audios, text, images that you guys will do the moderation, right? Wherein you will not have any AI or any machine that will automatically give you the answer. Like you need, either you need to keep the content wherein you require to keep your efforts, you need to do some research, and you need to give your final confirmation, either that particular content, okay, that can be post in comments, images, or audio, video, anything that can be kept on the platform or not. So such kind of moderation is known as reactive moderation. Okay, it rely on the community that act eyes and ears that platform reporting content that violate the guideline. Human intervention is required. Next. Now, what is reactive content moderation? Sorry, I just missed out the line. Sorry, proactive content moderation. The report button, what will happen? Someone want to flag the content. You have seen like many of the social media, you did not like the content and you want to flag it. If you click, there will be some options. If you flag it, definitely it will give, and it will ask you why you want to flag it. Like they will have a certain options like spam, irrelevant. So if we will get such kind of content for the moderation. Now post release demolition, algorithm downvote or hide a post after it receives a sudden spike of the user flag the negative report. And customer support escalation, we will have we will receive a emails, or we will receive a ticket from certain people flagging such kind of content, and a human will be sitting and they will be working on it. Okay, so that is known as a reactive content moderation. Oh, this is a reactive examples. Okay, we will have a appeal process. For an example, someone have flagged the content, okay, and there will be some humans or some agents will be working and they have take down that particular comment. Now the user who posted the comment, he can re-appeal it, mentioning like he did not violate the community guidelines. So in this way there will be some appeal process also. Now responding to the legal takedown notice, if there is anything which is legally need to be taken down, yes, human intervention will be required there. Now let's see some difference on a form of a tabular form. Let's say timing. Before the community sees, after the community sees. In the proactive, definitely it will be removed before it getting live, and reactive it will removed after it's getting live. Or might be before getting it live, human will see, or human in the sense the agents or the people who are working as a content moderator, they will see and they will take a decision either that need to be go live or not. Trigger, it will be triggered with the help of code, AI rules, some automated filters. And in the reactive moderation, it will be triggered with the help of flaggers. If flaggers are reporting anything, or some users are sharing emails or etc., with the help of that it will be triggered. Main advantage, we will keep the, see, both has the same main advantage, right? We need to keep the platform safe, prevent from the harmful information. But in so like here in the proactive, definitely it will be automatically done, but here in the reactive, it is highly scalable because human touch is there, and definitely most of the things will be filtered out more accurately. Now main drawback, can accidentally block some content which have a positive information also. For an example, um, nude word was mentioned there, but that nude was not a profanity, or they are not suggesting any profanity or anything, right? It's a common general term, but AI thought nude is there, let's remove it because of profanity. So sometimes some positive information will also get removed, okay, with the help of the AI. But when it is human touch, definitely they will closely review everything. Now let's see on a human side, like in a reactive side, what we will find. Damage is already done, users are exposed to the toxic content because AI did not filter it out. And definitely when the content is live, human will only get the information when someone flagged it. Best for high risk areas, bad for noise consent like sarcasm, arguments involving slang, etc. Let's go with some interview questions. Okay, what kind of questions you might get on the proactive and reactive content moderation? So we will see this, and definitely this will give you a great support in understanding, like if you get any of this question during your content moderation interview, you can easily crack it. So the first question here is, how would you decide what to handle proactively and reactively? Okay, so for that the answer here is, the objective here is harmful violations. Our main objective is harmful violation like spam, explicit imagery, blatant slurs should have to be blocked proactively with the help of AI, right? There are certain text that can be proactively blocked, right? But there should be something which required more touch, that can be done with the help of reactive moderation. For an example, if you are reviewing any video on any of the social media platform, right? So sometimes the video will have more information when it is getting played, and that can be done with the help of reactive moderation only. Next, a proactive AI filter is blocking too many harmful posts. What you will do? I would immediately lower the AI confidence threshold so that it route flagged posts to the human review queue instead of the auto deleted them. Then I would analyze the data, refine the keyword rules, and introduce a quick appeal button for the affected user. So this is the great answer, guys. You need to understand this. Now, what are the three top metrics that track for the reactive moderation? Basically, what they will focus on the reactive moderation. One is time to review (TTR). Second is report to the review ratio, like time to review means how much fast the reported post is handled. Report to the review, which means how many times a violating post, how many times violating post we can see often being reported before it removal, right? And accuracy rule, how often human decisions are overturned on appeal. Now, how would you justify the higher cost of proactive moderation to the stakeholder? I frame a brand safety and user retention, preventing toxic content from ever going live, product revenue by keeping advertiser happy and stopping user churn. It's cost for less and the block a bad actor at the door than the fix the public relations crisis later. Next, fifth question. A viral crisis is causing a massive spike in the reactive reports. How would you try it? I would instantly prioritize the queue by harm, severity, routing. So see, all these starting questions are related to the team leader, guys. Okay, not for the agents. You will have some questions related to the agents as well. Okay, how would you prevent the mental burnout for the moderation or an intense reactive queue? By see, if you are burnout because of this reactive or like proactive, how will you like manage yourself? So basically, you would require a break. You would require a wellness. Definitely you will require some breaks so that you will have a rotational staffs, right? Everything will help you in managing the things. As an agent, how would you handle a gray area post that doesn't have a clarity violate proactive filter rule but feels wrong? So sometimes you would not have any proactive like filters or anything, but you feel like this post should remains or should be removed. How you will take that down? I look for the underlying context. If the context itself doesn't explicitly violate the policy, I check the user recent post history, the comment thread vibe, or a target indicator. If the violation is still ambiguous, I tag it for the internal quality assurance or a team lead review rather than making it as guess. How would you maintain the accuracy when you are forced to switch rapidly between the different regional queue? I keep our team localized policy appendage upon my second monitor. Before starting a new queue, I do a quick 30-second mental rest on the region, current risk terms, slang, meaning, or political sensitive, so that I don't apply incorrect cultural lines. We can have two more questions here. Reactive queues expose you to this graphic content daily. How would you protect your mental health on the job? Last, we have why the human reactive moderation is still essential when if the platform has highly advanced proactive AI. So such kind of questions definitely you will get, might not get. But if they are asking anything about the uh, proactive or reactive content moderation, you guys should have your answers ready. So what we have seen the definition, we have seen the examples, we have seen differences. You can use all this while giving your answers. So this is all about the proactive and reactive content moderation. Still have any doubt? Definitely let us know. Our feedbacks are always open. You will get multiple information about it, and definitely I will help you out on any of your another questions. Check out our Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook page. You will get all the information on upcoming vacancies related to the trainers, team leaders, quality analyst, associates for content moderator. Okay, just keep checking our Instagram page. You will find multiple information. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day.